Om Swastiastu. Good morning, Mr. Jaya. Good morning, my love, all my friends. So today I would like to present about my article. So I choose the second article. The article theme is measuring meaningful English learning through video production and instrument development report. I have a table of content here. I have introduction, methodology, result and discussion, and the last is conclusion. The first is introduction. The introduction here I have the background. So some students are not interested in learning English because according to them English is difficult subject. The teacher makes videos as teaching materials to make students interested in learning English. Videos have proven to be useful in facilitating language learning and increasing motivation to learn English. Raises students' self-confidence by giving them the space to find fault in using English. Teachers provide activities that will encourage students' satisfaction from the learning process. They are will produce something tangible they can be proud of. The use of videos and making videos is one way to increase students' knowledge. This study aims to measure students and teacher perception of video production in learning activities. The advances in technology have brought the world even closer with the use English as medium. Against this backdrop, English has become an increasingly important language. However, despite the fact that students need English for their future, many students are still determined to avoid it. Students avoid English because they think it is a very difficult subject. Video can be used to improve conversation, listening, and pronunciation skills, and it can be even used as reality to simulate culture, lesson, and promotes authentic vocabulary development. Okay, that's for the introduction. Next, we continue with the methodology. Methodology here is have I find how the data is found, but I can't find what the type the author used in the article. I just find how the data is found. The first is defining the construct. The first is defining the construct that is going to be measured. Second, after the contract is defined, that target population is specific based on the purpose of the instrument. Third is the process of reviewing others related instruments. Fourth, the prototype of the instruments is developed in the form of a blueprint and of the instrument prototype down to the item of the instrument. The fifth is the instrument's prototype evaluation conducted by obtaining critical review from experts on the instrument's connecting validity. The sixth is revising the instrument based on the result of evaluation in the of step 5. The last is the empirical step of instrument development, which includes pilot testing the instrument to get the internal attributes of the test, namely reliability, contract validity, and also item analysis. And then I got the participant here, but I still confused with the participant. But the first participant. But the first, I find the target population of the instrument are male and female students from any level of education, both formal and informal, who have been learning English using video production. The first is for the first step, like for the first we to the review the videos work or not. For the second, after the instrument evaluation, got the evaluation, the second author retest the instrument. Participants were taken from 3 university level EFL classes of a state university in Bali. There were 86 participants consisting of 54 male and 32 female students. Each of the students has been involved in an English class using video production. So I got the first participant and the second participant. So for the next is, okay, how was the data collected? The data collected by testing students directly and collecting their scores obtained after using videos as teaching materials and by making a questionnaire about the meaningfuls of video as a teaching material. The items are developed in form of statement to be response based on the user agreement using 5-point Likert scale: strongly agree, undecided, disagree, strongly disagree. And the data also collected by the author by sharing prototype with experts, and then they are given the opportunity to evaluate it, material contraction instrument and language use. The result of the evaluation of experts are as follows. The first is critics. Critics by expert is the use words that are explained openly in the item. Expert point that words like force and push in item 1 to 4 are incorrect because they show a very strong tone. The panels from the expert point out the 2 items is 19 and 20 that are technical glitching since him first draft a blueprint, the question, the note some grammatical errors in the items such as inconsistencies in the tense used in items. Some sentences still use the simple present tense to describe past event. How was the data analyzed? So, how was the data analyzed? Okay, how was the data analyzed? The data analyzed from the experiment were then analyzing using SPSS Cronbach's alpha coefficient, which means internal consistency and index column in the device. This instrument measures the same concept or contraction, and it is connected to be interrelated of the item within the instrument. Data were analyzed by relying on the learning process using video and child development. Next, we have a result and discussion. So, result. What were the most findings? I have a most finding here. The student disinterest in learning English because English is a difficult subject. New discoveries using video projects as teaching and learning process. Teachers are more creative than ever. The existence of students' learning motivation after applying video as teaching materials and their projects in English. The teacher evaluated material related to the video project with other teachers who have a higher level, retest the instrument that has been repaired again, the further last is begin to build student motivation and their activeness in the class. So, how does the author explain how does explain the test result? So by displacing data in the form of table from the analysis used from SPSS Cronbach's alpha coefficients, which means internal coefficient and index from the device, the author is very clear and deep to explain the result of all her research. Did the author compare the result with previous research? Of course, which is where the author only compares how interested students are when learning English using a medium, namely video, which previously only relied on paper books and reference books from school. The implication of the result is from those who say English is difficult to learning English is fun and exciting. From she said they are said difficult, from the English is fun and exciting. Discussion. However, very few evaluation or measurement tools have been developed. Student perception of learning English through video production. The study is meant to develop an instrument to measure student perception, the meaningful of learning English through video production. So, for the conclusion is, within this study, the author found new reference, namely using video as a teaching and learning process, which makes the classroom atmosphere more interesting than before. Previously, they said that English is the most difficult subject when the teacher makes new things, such as using media in the form of videos, when the learning process is not. A few are motivated and they can develop in this process, not 100%, but at least this helps them to be sure when they become a teacher later, or they always interesting to learning English. So I think I finished to presentation about my article, my PPT. So I hope that you understand what I say. So I close with Paramasanti. Om Santi 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 Om. Thank you.